You see things in life that you think are real. Sometimes they are, and sometimes they're not. What is very real, though, is that this club and all members of it in the future will see a bit of a difference made in their lives. Had the opportunity just a few weeks ago to address the United Nations on sustainability. What was sustainability? Sustainability is the maintenance of the balance between nature, our planet, and all living things. When I was here as a kid growing up, in fact, if you wanted to go to where I grew up, you go straight down Mott Street, take a right on Wabash, and through 2 backyards, that's the house. That was a shortcut. Things have changed a little bit. But we, as they called us, underprivileged kids in those days, we didn't think we were underprivileged. We thought we were really lucky. Because by being a member of the boys club here, called the Variety Boys Club at the time, we got to go to Pacific Ocean Park, which is now burnt down. It was a pier right next to the Santa Monica Pier. We got to go for 5 days a year in the summer to the Angeles Crest National Forest, free. We didn't have any money, to learn a little bit about nature. It was magnificent. In fact, we had a little gang, and we had a tree, and no one would carve their initials on the tree because we considered nature to be a little bit on the special side. In those days, we didn't kill people. We carried push-button knives, and we flashed them, but no one stabbed anybody with them. Little different scene in those days. When you were to go down that 1 block on Wabash, it's not there anymore because I just drove down there with my executive assistant before we got here. Within 1 block, there was a Baptist church, there was a synagogue, and down the way there was a Catholic church. It was a whole different community. There were a lot of Europeans like myself, people from the Jewish community, Hispanic community, Asian community. I mean, it was a very interesting little area we grew up in. And everyone seemed to just love everybody. Things have changed in that period of time. Some things that haven't changed are entrepreneurship. When I was 7 years old, and the club was about half the size, we had a little wood shop. And my brother and I would go up there, and I also come from a single mom. My mom raised my brother and I, and things were kind of tough. Well, we went up to wood shop, and they would let us borrow 25 cents worth of wood and equipment. And we would borrow that 25 cents worth, check it out in the little cages they had up there, and we'd make flower boxes about this big, round, wooden slats, a little opening on top, something to hang it with, and we'd make it for $0.25. My brother and I would go down the street and we'd sell it for 50 cents. We'd come back, pay our $0.25, invest the other $0.25 in the next one, and in those days, $0.25 was a lot of money. $0.25 in the early 50s, late 40s, that was 2 big Cokes, 3 candy bars. That was a lot. So, we were really, really looking good. So I tell people when they ask, JP, you're an entrepreneur. You have Paul Mitchell, you have Patron Tequila, John Paul Penn. I go on and on. The companies not only that we started, but we still own. And they said, well, when did it all start? I said, well, it started when I was 7 years old. These people gave me that opportunity. And I know it's mentioned here earlier that we didn't have enough money to join. We did not have that 50 cents. And they let us slide. They were very, very nice. So it was extremely easy for me when I heard they were going to rebuild this place to make some sizable donations. And I'm sure that my friend Robbie will hit me up for a few more here as time goes on. but it's worth it. In life, we see things that we think are real. And another thing, too, that we see in life is, let's look at the economy the way it is today. Mayor, with all due respect, and everyone else in here who's a politician or business person, let's look at the economy. When you look at the United States of America and the larger percentage of people, they're thinking this: the economy isn't that good. How do we exist within the existing economy? How do we sell our products? How do we feed our families? How do we exist within the existing economy so we can get by? As long as people think that, they'll always get by and never move to the next step. Opposed to sitting back looking at the economy the way it is right now, one should look at, regardless of the economy and the way it is right now, what can we do to achieve whatever dreams we want to achieve? And that's what we instill in the youth. Now, they say that in today's